Hello everybody and welcome back to Out of Body's Halloween special Freak Week. I hope you guys are having a wonderful season so far, and this is another storytime video where I'm going to read off some creepy stories that I found online. So sit back, relax, maybe grab a snack, and let's get right into this. Now this first story is called Gizmo, and this one is written by Fireside Chats 451 on Reddit. Of course, I'll have a link to the story down below if you want to follow along as I read, and definitely check out Fireside Chats, their page, and their stories. Gizmo. When I was 6, my hamster Gizmo escaped. I cried for hours while my parents tried to console me. Even as they tucked me into bed, I was devastated. In the middle of the night, though, I woke up. It took a moment for me to understand why. In the still darkness, I heard something. Scratching. I sat up, seeking the source. It was in the wall next to my head. I listened for a long time, and after a while, it quieted. Tired and confused, I laid back down and fell right to sleep. The scratching happened the next night, and every night after that. It wasn't incessant or grating, just loud and long enough to be acknowledged. I knew the walls were hollow. I'd seen plenty of movies where mice lived there. It must be Gizmo, I decided. He's telling me good night. I didn't mention it to my parents. There didn't seem to be any reason to. And every night, Gizmo came to scratch goodnight. I used to tap back, just to let him know I heard. 1, 2, 3. There'd be a pause, and I'd hear an answer. 1, 2, 3. No matter what happened, a bad test grade, a belligerent bully, a messy breakup, I fell asleep contented, knowing my little hamster friend was looking after me. Eventually, I grew up, moved out, and forgot about the whole thing. It wasn't until decades later, when my own kids wanted a hamster, that I remembered. As I started researching, something came to my attention. Hamsters only live 3 years. Ooh, creepy. So he was hearing this, if you didn't catch that, he was hearing the screeching. That would be creepy. The scratching for like years and years and years, like his whole childhood. It grows up, moves out, forgets about it, whatever. So, but hamsters only live 3 years. So what was the scratching? I mean, he could have been hearing the scratching for a few years. But after that, what was it? And it was every single night for years and years and years. So it's like, was it the ghost of his hamster? Was it something else more sinister? So that one's just kind of spooky, just kind of like makes you wonder. So again, definitely check out Fireside Chats 451 on Reddit, and let's get into the next story. So this next story is called I Just Want to Be Pretty, and it's written by Savvysavver. I hope I said that right, or Savvysavver on Reddit, also known as Tor, she told me. So definitely check out her page. I will link it down below, as well as a link to the story so you can follow along if you'd like to. Now this story, I have to say, is one of my favorites that I've found this year. I don't know, I just thought it was really well done. I just want to be pretty. I remember the first time I saw Sarah. Her hair sparkled, her skin smooth, and she had it together. Poise, demeanor, and style. My eyes followed her as she walked through the college. Sarah barely ever noticed me as she was accosted by the gaggle of beautiful girls who wanted her to be a part of their group. I had hated my hair since I could remember. It was thin and lank, with no bounce to it. My eyes were dark and filled with an emptiness as if a black hole had collapsed inwards. I tried my best to copy Sarah's style. I dyed my hair, which was a disaster, patchy and orange, not the baby blonde she had. I could never apply makeup the same as her. Panda eyes and stubby eyelashes were not a good look. Her nose was cute and feminine, and her lips a perfect pink pout. How could I ever be like her? I inherited my dad's features. Strong and masculine jaw, nose, and brow bone. I would never be as popular as her, and it really brought me down. A few months later, and walking along the campus road, there were flyers littering every streetlight and wall, asking for any information about Sarah, as she had been missing for 3 weeks. All the pretty girls were huddled together, crying. I unlocked my dorm bedroom and ripped off the Sarah flyer from my door, went straight to my closet and pulled out my small trunk, unlocked it, and took out my prized possession. I put it on, and instantly I felt 100 times better. I could only wear it inside my room, with the door locked and bolted, as other people just would make fun of me if I wore it outside. I glanced at my reflection and smiled. My dark eyes were sparkling, and I had the perfect pink pout. Sarah's face looked so good on me, and her baby blonde hair cascaded delicately around my shoulders and back. It was my best work so far, and it showed. Skinning her face and scalp off took precision and skill, but it was my best attempt so far. Please don't think I'm a terrible person, though. I didn't kill her. I performed the skinning on her and left her alive. Maybe it would take a while to find her way out from where I left her, but one day she would. The generator room wasn't far, and it would be easy to climb out from the disused tank. I looked out for her daily, so I could thank her. Taking off her face, I placed it back in the trunk, and sealed it back in its hermetic bag. I counted the bags I had in there now. 5. I could chop and change what face I wanted to wear. I was so grateful to those 5 girls that generously gave me their faces, as I would never be as pretty as them otherwise. And that's the end of the story. I thought that one was really cool. Like, I don't know. I just thought that was just the way it was written and just the story in and of itself. I mean, something in a way a lot of us can relate to, not wanting to be as pretty as somebody else or wanting to look like somebody else, but taking it to that extreme is a little bit much, but creepy, obviously. So yeah, let me know what you guys thought of that one down below. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next video tomorrow during Out of Body's Freak Week. Bye!